Hello there, degenerates. It's been a minute. So we're gonna get one thing straight immediately. I'm sure you've noticed that beyond the usual way in which I look like shit, I especially look like shit today. And I know that this might be hard for some people to see, but I figured we're gonna do a transparency here and maybe learn something a little bit. Um, so I didn't get into a fight. Uh, or as I told my counselor yesterday, because she saw this as well. She asked if I got in a fight, and I said I got in a fight with myself and lost. Um, because I was at work. I was in the bathroom at work, and I wanted to hurt myself, and I didn't have access to my razor blades because I was at work. So I beat the shit out of myself instead. It's relevant. It's very relevant to today's topic. So I've been trying to get like a legit diagnosis for a while now. I still don't necessarily have one, but you see, my counselor, I actually yesterday was my last session with her, and the thing is, I'm being transferred to another program within the same like network, hospital network thing. They're transferring me over to a DBT program, an internal transfer because it's still part of their thing. But I read the referral paperwork, and uh, I found something that I was not quite expecting, but also like doesn't terribly surprise me. But so as you know, we'll rewind a little bit. I was originally diagnosed by a student who I later found out was not supposed to be diagnosing people with schizoaffective disorder, depressive type. And I quickly realized, however you want to say it, that just wasn't accurate. And anyone that I've seen since then agrees that that's not the case. My guess, even before I saw her, my guess was schizotypal personality disorder. Um, you can watch other videos in this little playlist for more context as to why I thought that. Uh, but it turns out that that's not it either. Um, which I feel a little stupid about. But then again, self-diagnosis is something you're advised not to do for a reason, being that you will often get it wrong. Um, but yeah, like I said, I that was my guess. I never claimed to know it for sure, but that's what I was thinking originally, that it might be. But my counselor, I saw in that referral paperwork, she has this entire time refused to really say one thing or another because she believes that it's kind of a moot point. Like it's about the treatment, not the diagnosis, which is totally fair. And I completely get where she's coming from. But at the same time, like as the person suffering, like I've just always wanted a name I could put to it, or like fucking terms I could type into Google and find out more information about what's going on with me. Like shit like that. Like I felt like I could get some utility out of it, even if it wasn't like the strictly sort of like, she almost made it sound like she didn't care to diagnose me unless like I was going to need it for accessing some kind of services or something. So she wasn't giving me any sort of input in that regard, despite how often I asked. But in the referral paperwork, I'm finally getting to the point now. She put down, like the verbiage was like client suffers from or whatever. Um, Anxiety and depression, number one. Trauma symptoms, so PTSD, maybe CPTSD in my case. Um, and then she put borderline features, as in borderline personality disorder. I've had people suggest that one to me before. Well, only one person that I can remember specifically. I have another friend who kept guessing that I was bipolar. Sorry. I'm definitely not bipolar. I don't have I don't have mania or hypomania. I don't even have like a good mood ever. Like I'm always in a really shitty place emotionally. So yeah, I never bought that. But I know at least one person suggested BPD in my case. And I don't know. Like I didn't see that for myself because like I rarely get that angry, I guess. Like I'm very good at like keeping it, if I do get mad, it's like a quiet simmering that I don't really verbalize or anything. And that's it, usually. Shit like that, or like the fear of abandonment thing. Like I always thought that I was the one that would actually walk off on other people more often than not because like I feel like I'm doing them a favor. Um, and that's kind of where I'm thinking right now. I'm gonna be honest. Like I feel like I just leave this trail of like pain and frustration and disappointment everywhere I go. And it's like if I just weren't around to do that anymore, like I feel like the net suffering of all the people around me would decrease from my as a result of my absence. Um Nobody needs to fucking freak out. I've I've had this conversation with my counselor numerous times. I'm not, there's no need to call services. I'm in services and they've heard me say this shit a lot. And I've been assessed on paper in a formal suicide risk assessment as low risk. So, with that, I've already seen professionals. Thank you. Nobody needs to stick their nose in my business. Um, but yeah, I'm struggling with that feeling. I'm trying to come to terms with. Honestly, I need to. What I'm feeling. I don't know if this is actually healthy or productive, but just what I'm feeling right now is like I need to like number one take a step back from my own perspective and try to like really figure out just how much trouble I'm causing other people in my life at the moment and like be harshly fucking honest with myself about how much of a piece of shit I am uh, and the negative effect I have on people. Um, I didn't, I didn't want to like force her hand one way or another in terms of diagnosing me. I'm gonna fucking yawn again. This is after work, so I'm fucking tired. But regardless, I didn't want to like guide her to any one specific diagnosis. I think she got the impression that I did. Like, I think she thought that I wanted to be diagnosed with schizotypal for some reason. I just thought it was probably correct from my own, ill-informed perspective. Like, I was just thinking that that was probably the one that was it. Was the only reason why I was so insistent on it. Um, so now seeing that she's finally put in that specific input and having to like shift my perspective a bit, you know, I I'm not happy to end up in cluster B. There's some rough company in there. It feels to me, at least, I don't know if this is actually the case, but it feels to me like the fact that I've wound up in cluster B like means that I share some traits with like antisocial and narcissistic personality disorders. Like I'm in that family, um, which worries me. Not for my sake, but for the sake of the people around me. You know, I'm gonna cut it here and come back in a second. To continue that train of thought, um, since learning that and making that connection as like because the thing is, what I was about to say, I'm, I had to waffle around for a second there before I fucking remembered what I was going to say. Um, there can be a lot of damage that BPD people do to other people that is totally not intended at all and is just like we just straight up don't realize what we're doing. We don't realize that it's hurtful. We don't even consider the possibility that what we could be doing could be hurting someone. Like it just doesn't fucking occur to us, unfortunately. Um, and now that now that I have the context of that being my diagnosis, like I can think of times that I've done shit that was really fucked up in terms of like how I treated other people, and I just straight up didn't realize. And it's only after the fact that I had any clarity on what I had done. And I'm just feeling the weight of a lifetime of fucking sin. Like not like in a religious sense, but just the ways that I've wronged people around me and had no fucking idea until it was too late and the damage had been done, and sorry just isn't enough. um, I feel like that's one of the reasons why I self-harm, is like just a feeling of like it's making things right. Like for me to go through this pain is just like a baby step in the right direction of like just setting that, tipping the scales of the karmic balance there, like for everything that I've done, like I need to hurt a little, I guess, is how I feel about it. Which I know is not the way that you're supposed to be. It's not a healthy way to cope with anything, blah, blah. Don't live by my example. Do not ever take anything I say as like a good thing to do. You want to listen to professionals, not me. Um, I'm just sharing this shit because I'm sure somebody can fucking relate. Uh, but yeah, that's where my mind's been. I was just thinking about all the shit that I've done and all the people that I've hurt, and the fact that I didn't know doesn't make it fucking okay. It doesn't absolve me of taking responsibility. It's embarrassing, honestly, to like have had so little insight that out of all of the personality disorders, there were only three that I thought were possible, and my first two guesses were schizotypal and then avoidant. Like borderline is the third of those three guesses, and all of the rest of them I feel just don't apply to me. Like there are like diagnostic criteria that I clearly don't meet or whatever. Um, so yeah, I wish I knew myself and my actions better, uh, both to save myself the embarrassment, but more save myself the embarrassment, but more importantly to save my social connections the fucking trouble of dealing with me. uh, Fuck it. I'm gonna bear it all. So the incident that made me do this shit, why I started melting down at work, I faced a little bit of rejection. I was trying to hook up with somebody. Okay, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Um, I don't know that I need to provide that much context, but so sorry, I'm really fucking tired. So we had barely chatted. We had exchanged like a couple messages over Discord, never met in person or anything. Didn't even come from a dating site. Like literally met in a Discord server and then sent like a couple of private messages like at the instant of meeting. Like no, like it's not like this person was hanging around in this server being active where I was also hanging around being active. Like no, they were not active in the server at all. They just popped up and they posted some nudes, and I was like, "Oh, hey, you're pretty fucking cute." Like I would, and then we DM'd for an evening, a very brief conversation. She made it clear that she was not looking to do the whole wine and dine song and dance. Like she was looking to just skip to the action. So it was really brief. And then she sent me a couple of pictures, and then she asked me for a couple of pictures, and I sent two. And then she says that I'm not her type, and best of luck to me and all that. And that's what got me. Like because like, she saw two fucking pictures of me that were not even like, you know, it's not like I was fully fucking naked. Um, Plenty of unflattering parts of myself were still covered, and yet, like, all she needed was two pictures, and immediately it was like, no. And that just made me feel like complete shit about myself. It's like, what the fuck? What did she see that was so disgusting that two pictures just killed the fucking conversation outright? Um, I don't know. I've always felt kind of like that. Like, people just take a look at me, and then it's immediately like, it doesn't matter who I am or what I do or what my personality is like, just purely based off of appearance, people write me off, is how I've always felt. Because I mean, like, I've only ever been in, aside from one time, I've only ever been in open relationships, because I feel like, I'm a shoulder to cry on. I'll buy you food or whatever, but anytime you want anything else, I'm not the guy. I'm never the guy. Like, it's felt like all I am is just something to do, or like something to settle for when nothing better is available, is how I've always felt. And so just being like someone who just went into a Discord that they don't even fucking post in and was like, "Hey, anyone in the area want to fuck?" And then two pictures later, like, it's like, but not you. And it's, I don't know. It's stupid, honestly. Like, I bring this up to demonstrate that, like, this is how, this is a prime example of like a BPD thing that I guess I haven't ever been able to recognize in myself. But that one interaction of like, the fact of the matter is, nobody is everybody's fucking flavor, Like, somebody out there, there's always going to be somebody that just doesn't want you, regardless of who or what you are. Like, not everybody is going to want you. And you should just take it as that and move on with your fucking life instead of having a meltdown like a fucking freak. Like, oh shit. I dropped my fucking phone. Um, I'm nervously fidgeting, so sorry. Because this is really embarrassing, and I know that it definitely paints me in an unflattering light, but this is what I am. Like, if I was going to be ashamed of this shit, then maybe I shouldn't have thought it, done it, whatever. Um, Instead of trying to hide it, like, I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to project this sort of like brutal honesty, because I feel like there might be something valuable in it. Like, there might be insight for other people, just to hear about me learning some painful truths about myself. Um, but yeah, I didn't take that well because I am deeply unwell. I'm very unregulated, I guess. And I have little in the way of healthy coping mechanisms. I tend to do things the unhealthy way, as you can see. Um, it's fucking stupid. Uh, but yeah, I just lost it. Just feeling like completely unwanted, unwantable, unloved, undesirable, gross, off-putting. I feel like I've always felt at my job, like, because I was at work when this happened, like, I've always felt at my job like people go out of their way to avoid me anyways. Even before any of like this particular story happened, like, I've just always felt like my coworkers try so hard not to be anywhere near me, which on a level I kind of like, because I don't like to talk. I don't like people being around all that much. So, like, it's kind of nice to be alone all the time, but at the same time, it does make me feel like shit. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have to cut it again. I'll be right back. But I mean, that's just the thing of like this idea that, like, I want people to stay away from me, A, because I want to be alone in general, but B, because I feel like it's better for them if they're not around me. And yet, like, I get so fucking tilted over people actually not wanting anything to do with me and expressing that they don't want anything to do with me. And it's just like, I get, I get to clutching my pearls like, "Oh my god, how dare you?" And it's like, I don't know. It's ridiculous. um, it's embarrassing, but it's my own fault. Like, I should know better. I should be better regulated. I should handle my shit better. I should be more emotionally mature, especially at 30 fucking years old. Believe it or not. But I mean, that's why, like, I've always felt like I've been, like, stuck in this eternal childhood and, like, I can't escape what my parents did to me and everything. And blah, blah, sob story, woe is fucking me. Um, if I deserve any fucking sympathy. Uh, but that's just it. Like, it's on me to grow up, and I haven't, I guess. Um, so I can sit here and keep hating myself for it, or I can like actually try to fucking change. Uh, which of course is a lot easier said than done, but I don't know, man. I will say that like for those of you who don't know, by the way, because I've talked about having like weird sort of psychotic like symptoms before, like thought broadcasting, like I still have one coworker that I'm paranoid can hear what I'm thinking. The thing is, like, I didn't know this beforehand, but there are like elements of like psychotic like features in borderline that are kind of like stress activated. And I've been in a really fucking stressful situation for a while now. So like that's where that was coming from, I guess. And I didn't know that before. I maybe would have considered the possibility of BPD earlier if I had known more about it. Which is another thing that's my fault. Like I should have researched that shit better, but um, yeah, you can get like just a little sprinkle of psychoticism on your burger when you have BPD. I had no fucking idea. So yeah, that's where that was coming from. It's not that I was like lying about that shit. It's just that I had a poor understanding of it and of my own condition. I'm trying to think of what else I want to say because I felt like I had a lot that I wanted to get off my chest with this. I felt like I had a lot that like were good examples of my fucked up behavior. I would really like it if this was like helpful to somebody in terms of like waking them up to their own BPD behavior. Like if I describe myself doing something like that story that I just told about like taking rejection really poorly, like if there's someone out there who has also like had a totally innocuous random rejection moment that they took really shittily because like they're just fucking like you know because what I did was I let a stranger's knee-jerk reaction to my appearance undermine my entire sense of like self-esteem is basically what I did. So if you do that too, go see a professional and ask them if you have BPD. Um, because you might. Uh, I don't know. It does make a lot of sense having that context. Like how I've always felt like I have no idea who the fuck I am or like what I even like, if I even like anything. Like that's very common with BPD. And again, I didn't know that. Um, Maybe would have considered it sooner if I had known that. So it pays a lot to educate yourself. I'll fucking say that much. Like, I mean, that should go without saying. Now that I've verbalized it, it seems really fucking obvious. But like, I don't know. I just skipped over it because I was like, cluster B. That's where all the like really shitty people are. And like, as much as I feel like I'm a piece of shit, like I don't go out of my way to fucking hurt people. Like I only do it accidentally. Well, yeah. That's how it often goes with this condition. Fuck, I was gonna say something, but I fucking lost it. Uh, no, I do remember. Okay, so I'm gonna drop a name here, a real fucking popular YouTuber. Not that I have any contact with him. He has no fucking idea that I exist. If you've ever heard of the channel Wendigoon, um, it may have been his main channel, but it may have been his other channel. I don't know which. Recently posted about a manga adaptation of a novel. Um, it was No Longer Human, I believe, was the title, at least of the manga. I don't know about the novel. I I think I remember reading that there were some different translations of the title for the original novel. But Junji Ito was the one who did the manga, who is an extremely popular horror manga artist. I don't want to tell the whole fucking story. You need to go watch the video. It's a long one, but it's worth a watch. But basically this guy, it's almost kind of autobiographical, but it's fictionalized. Um because the writer of the original novel went through a lot of this shit in his own life. But this character in the novel, who follows a trajectory very similar to the real life author, um he's kind of like a hollow, empty nothing man, which is how I describe myself, who like just goes along with what other people want because he's afraid to tell people no. Um and it gets him into all kinds of trouble, and he just like he doesn't find any like joy or meaning in anything aside from just like drinking and smoking. And he's got real problems around like intimacy. Like there's a level in which he wants it, but also he's kind of afraid of it. Blah blah blah. Like, and the fictional character does, and in turn, so did the real life author, had a history of suicide attempts. And the author's life ended in a double suicide. Him and his wife, girlfriend, I don't remember what stage of their relationship they were in at the time, but their bodies were found in a river near their house. Um, the author being a man by the name of Osamu Dazai, Japanese dude. The original book is in Japanese, but I'm sure it's been translated to English. I need to check it out. I need to track down that book, track down an English copy and read it. Because I almost feel like there's so much there that I relate to. I almost feel like I fucking swear to God, I really think Osama Desai had fucking BPD, um, or just somewhere on the trauma continuum, or both. Who knows? But like that sounds like a lot like BPD to me. Like I read other comments of people saying like schizoid and stuff, and it's like no, he sought out personal connections, and also people with schizoid oftentimes don't feel that fucking tilted about their condition. Like they're kind of just comfortable doing their own fucking thing. A lot of them don't seek treatment or anything, and they think that they're fine. They're just a hermit, which is chill. Hey, if that's you, like do your thing, and as long as if you're not bothered by it, then fucking don't be bothered. Just chill, man. But yeah, the repeated suicide attempts and the constant feelings of like emptiness and joylessness, and the way that he hurt a lot of people in his life, kind of unknowingly, because he was like cold to them, but he didn't feel anything, and there was an expectation for him to feel something. Shit like that is like just so like just fucking screams of it to me. um so I've been thinking a lot about that book. I really need to fucking read it, because I'm just curious how much more I would see. Of course, coming at it from that perspective, like there's a lot of confirmation bias where I'm just like picking out all the things that look like it, but like all the major beats of the story sound like it. Like I think if you wanted to make a case for anything else, you would have to pick out all of the like inconsequential shit, like to make a case for much of anything else. Um, regardless, it's a moot point. The man is unfortunately long gone. Um, I don't know. I feel like I saw a lot of myself in that. That sort of overall story of like not meaning to, but ending up being damaging to the people around you. And like the whole time, like it's not like you're having any fun doing that. Like you're just fucking empty. Like you're not even really there. That's what it feels like to me. Like I feel like the last few years of my life have been like a live stream that I'm only halfway watching. I just like yesterday, I was out on the porch smoking a cigarette yesterday and I was thinking about it and it was like I feel almost like I forgot the entire age of 29 for myself. Like I'm 30 now and I was trying to think back to like, the experiences I had. Like for some reason the age 27 really sticks out to me. I feel like that year a lot happened or something. Like I just felt like I was 27 for so long. And then like I kind of remember 28, but like 29 is just gone. Like the 29th year of my life just isn't in my fucking head anymore. Um cuz I'm just not fucking here. I'm not emotionally invested in anything. And honestly, I'm thinking I'm about to drop out of school. Like cuz I'm not invested in that either. Like my heart is just not fucking in it, man, and I don't know how to commit to something that I don't want. Um it's kind of always been my problem with the idea of going to school. Like I've always wanted out of these shitty low wage jobs because I need more money. And I feel like there's an expectation on me, especially as, again, believe it or not, based on my appearance, but it is what it is. Sorry. But as a straight male, I feel like there's this expectation on me to be like the provider in a relationship. And I kind of measure my worth by my ability to live up to that role because, like, all I've wanted all this time was to recapture the feelings that I had in my last relationship. Like I had this crazy fucking like fairy tale whirlwind romance with this woman for 3 years and it was like the most intoxicating thing ever because for those 3 years I had this sense of purpose. I had things that I wanted, like I wanted a specific future for myself and I wanted to fucking fight for it. Like I had a reason to keep on going and to keep trying and things to look forward to, or at least it felt like it. And then ever since that's been gone, like I've just been fucking flapping in the wind, like just completely aimless and desireless and uninvested. Like I'm just not fucking here anymore because I feel like when that relationship ended, like all of my reason to be here just fucking up and left. Um, which of course, like, yeah, I'll find somebody else, blah, blah, blah. Like, maybe, but lately I've honestly been feeling like I don't have access to that part of myself anymore. Like, especially after I took Lexapro for a month and I quit it because like I realized that I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I stopped getting boners. Like period. No matter what. Like it just wasn't happening after a month of Lexapro. And that really bothered me. But then I started to notice that also I had no fucking libido at all. Like I wasn't interested. And it's gotten to the point where I don't think I experience romantic feelings anymore. At least after the fucking Lexapro. I'm on Wellbutrin now for the second time in my life. Because I tried it once ages ago, years ago, and it didn't do anything for me. But now that I've had the fucking Lexapro, I went back to the psychiatrist and I was like, "Hey, your Lexapro fucking took away my entire sexuality," and so he gave me Wellbutrin. He's like, "Well, it should come back." I sure fucking hope it does, because like, my sexuality, my romantic experience, like those were two things that at least felt like something, which is more than I can say for the entire rest of my fucking life. Aside from all the pain, I feel a lot of pain, but not much else. Um, so to lose those elements of myself that were actually like that actually felt good, that I actually wanted to engage with, that gave me such drive because I just wanted to engage with that more. Like I wanted to make myself someone worth being with so that someone would be with me and that I could keep them around and give them what I feel that they deserve out of the relationship. Like that's why I'm still fucking here. That's why I'm still trying. Is like I want to get out of these low wage jobs so I can make more money so that I can play that provider role and like actually give somebody not just a survivable life, but like a good life. Like I wanted to be able to I wanted to be able to give somebody that sort of security and, you know, at least enough luxury that life doesn't feel like just a struggle all the time. Like I wanted to be able to give somebody that, um, and hope that they stick around. And I'm just, I've come to question like, like I said, do I even experience those feelings for anybody anymore? Like, can I ever love again? Um, I don't know. But even so, like, I'm finding that I just don't have the fucking strength to make it through school. And I fucking hate it. I really fucking hate it. And I'm afraid that I'm gonna fucking hate the work too. Like after I get my fucking certification, like if I actually go get a job in auto service, like, am I gonna fucking hate it? I think I probably will. Um, and I just feel completely inept. Like all of the other guys in those fucking classes, like grew up being like car guys, and I never have been. I've never really given a shit about cars. They don't particularly interest me or anything. I honestly, the fucking genius that I am, I just signed up for the program on a whim because I was like, I need to do something. And this one is, it's a cheap program, it's a fast program, and girls like it if you know some shit about cars, like if you know how to fix her car. And so I was like, okay, this is my ticket out of these entry level ass jobs. And I'm just not convinced anymore because I feel like I can't get through it. It's honestly fucking killing me. The stress is driving me insane. Like I work a little over 40 hours a week at my job, doing nights, and then going to class in the day, and like just the fucking homework piling up. At the same time, I'm still trying to keep up with meal prep so I don't gain all my fucking weight back. I don't know, man. I'm not making it. I'm not making it. Like I don't even know if I'm failing my classes or not because I'm afraid to look at my fucking grades. Like I don't even want to check. But I think I failed at least one of my fucking classes my first term. Um which is wasting my money too. I'll be right back. But I just don't think I'm fucking cut out for it. Like so I'm thinking about this coming week because it's Friday afternoon now and I'm about to fucking go to bed. I'm tired as shit. Um, I'm thinking about calling up my academic advisor and being like, hey, I need your help, like settling any remaining debts I have and like closing this whole thing down. Like I'm not ready for any more classes and I'm not going to be. um, that's how I feel about it. I think that might actually be a good decision for me as much as like, I'm afraid that if I do that I will be consigning myself to the rest of my life just working shit jobs. I'm afraid that I'm never going to have another chance to get out of it if I don't push through this one, but I don't think I fucking can. I really don't. I hate that program. I hate doing the classes, like both for how much fucking stress it puts me under, but also just I'm not fucking interested in this shit. And I don't think I'm going to enjoy the work, and I don't enjoy the people that I'm around like in those programs. And I feel like they don't fucking want me there either. And it's like it's a mutual feeling. Like I don't want to be here, you don't want me here. I don't care about any of this shit. And I'm fucking exhausted. um at my last session, my counselor urged me to do something basically. Like, she says, like, there's the saying of curse the consequences of my own actions. She's like, well, in this case, it's your inaction. Like, you are not like making no decision here. You are making the decision to do nothing, which is totally right. Um, and I've been doing nothing and getting nowhere because I'm afraid. I'm afraid for anything to change from the way that it is right now, because at least the way that it is right now, I am sitting indoors on a bed and I do have gas in my car. And if I wanted to go out and get food right now, I could do that. I have the money to do that. And so, given that context, like, I haven't wanted to make any fucking big decisions because, like, I haven't always had all this shit and I don't want to fucking lose it. And I'm afraid that if I take one wrong step, that I'm just going to fucking go straight down the drain and that's going to be it. Like, for good. Like, I'm just fucking absolutely cooked if I make any mistake here, is what it feels like. And so I think I'm going to have to come to terms with the fact that that's not true. I'm going to have to teach myself to believe that shit is not too late and that I don't have to finish this program. Like, it's not my only chance at a better life. It's not like, because I'm 30, like, if I stop now, like, I'll never be able to go back. Like, sure, it'll be weird if I go back to school when I'm even older and I'll be around a bunch of fucking youngsters again. Because it's already weird for me at 30 to go to school and, like, everybody there is, like, 18 to 22 or some shit. And I'm sitting in there as a fucking 30-year-old man, dressed the way that I am. And I feel like such a clown. I feel like a clown in there. But I can't fucking do this. I just can't. I need to find something that I am interested in. I need to find something that I am invested in. And I feel like I've always kind of discounted the entire idea of that as, like, there's nothing that I'm interested in, there's nothing that I'm invested in, because, like, I do have some interests, I suppose, like some hobbies kind of. I don't engage with them anymore, but, like, I used to like producing music, for example. I don't really even like writing or playing music all that much. I really just like the production side. Like playing with all the little knobs and sliders on my compressors and equalizers and shit. Like, I love that shit. As frustrating as it can be sometimes. Anyone who's ever tried to mix a fucking snare drum, I'm looking at you, pal. I know your pain. So, like, there are things that I like, they're just not marketable. But I fucking absolutely need to find something that you can turn into a paying career, not just by an obscene stroke of luck. Like, yeah, you can turn music production into a fruitful career if you know all of the right people and produce all of the right music, and, like, you're this fucking social butterfly that knows everybody and is loved by everybody, or, like, at least knows how to game other people. Like, I'm not that person. I'm socially inept and I like my isolation. I like to be alone. I fucking hate talking to people. It's weird that I like doing these videos because, like, usually I resent every fucking word that is forced to leave my mouth. Like, I fucking hate when people try to get me to talk in person because I don't want to fucking talk in person. And it's not about any one person. Like, I just don't want to talk to anybody ever. Like, I hate speech. Like, to commit it, but also to hear it. Even just hearing other people talk drives me insane. So how does a guy like that, like, blossom as a music producer? You don't. You don't. That's how. You just don't. So, like, that's off the table. But, like, I need to find something else that is not so reliant on social skills that I neither have nor want. I got to find something that I can be invested in and that can also become a good looking resume. Because I just can't do the shit that I don't want to do. Like forcing myself to do something I don't want to do, especially when I'm going through like the worst fucking mental health crisis of my life. I mean, fucking look at me. I am a mess. And I don't have it in me to sustain this anymore. I'm slowly killing myself trying to do this shit, and I need to just fucking stop. I need to pull the plug and get out of it. And I need to stop being so fucking afraid. Especially if I care so little for myself, then what the fuck do I care if I end up just completely going down the drain? Like, haven't I always kind of wanted that? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there are times when I do want to totally just fucking fail out and just wash out and and go all the way down to rock bottom. Like, there are times when I want that. Like, I don't know, just so that I can. I guess it's an excuse to stop trying. Like, if I get to a point where everything's totally irreparably fucked, then there won't be any more expectation on me to try, and I can just wallow in misery and have my little pity party for the rest of my life, and people will be like, "Oh, well, yeah, in that situation, I guess I get it." But like, I don't know, man, that's stupid. It's clearly stupid. I mean, every decision I've ever fucking made is stupid, in my opinion. Um, because I feel like that's all that I am. It's just a stupid fucking idiot. Um, God. My life kind of is a mess, and it's my fucking fault. I mean, I've been the problem every time. Um, I don't know. So yeah, I guess this character arc I'm entering is about realizing the full extent of it, like being forcefully honest with myself about what I am and what I've done, but then also trying to find that hope for another way out. Like, it doesn't have to be this nightmare that I'm living through where everything is just like constant stress and pressure and I'm not invested in any of it. I'm dissociated to the point where I'm basically constantly having an out of body fucking experience just as I'm going through life because it's so stressful and it's too painful for me to be here. Like, I'm so not here, I'm absent because like being here is honestly worse than being in my nightmares. And my nightmares are bad. So like, why am I doing this? Why am I subjecting myself to that level of fucking discomfort for something that I don't want to do and something that I'm afraid I'm not going to be successful at anyways, that I've never really had an aptitude for or an interest in? Like, I feel like I've made another stupid fucking mistake. And at least it wasn't terribly expensive. I've only taken a couple of classes at a community college. I got the Pell Grant and the state's work ready jobs or whatever the fuck they call it. Um, so I'm not totally paying every cent of it, but I need to settle my fucking bills for what I have done and tell them that I'm out. Like, I'm putting my cards down and I'm leaving. I'm getting up from the table here. Like, this gamble is not paying off for me. I just feel like it's not what I'm supposed to do. I don't, it's not like I believe in any kind of fate or destiny, like there is some specific correct answer that I'm waiting to just fucking land in my lap. Um, I need to learn more about myself, and stop being so fucking negative. Allow myself to enjoy things. Allow myself to get better. I need to follow this fucking DBT program that I'm getting transferred into. Um, I need to listen to what the fuck they tell me and I need to do what they say. I need to take it seriously and use this because it's like a 3 month program. I need to use those 3 months as effectively as possible in terms of just like knuckling down and focusing on the therapy. and just trying to, build more of an emotional infrastructure to navigate the rest of my life with. Like, I can't be like this for the rest of my life. Um, that was another thing my counselor said. Like, she was like, I know you're not happy where you are. Like, you can't bullshit me and try to say that you're satisfied with the way things are. Absolutely true. I'm clearly the fuck not. That is visibly apparent. Um, so I need to do something. I need to shit or get off the pot, as they say. Um, I almost wanted to continue that metaphor, but it was going to get real gross. I'm sorry. I have a pretty juvenile sense of humor sometimes. But yeah, no, that's where I'm at. I need to make some decisions. I need to make some big boy decisions here and stop being a fucking pussy. Um, Cowardice is one of my worst traits, and it is very strong in me, and I need to quit doing that. Um, because it's getting me nowhere. I am the source of my own misery, and until I fucking do something, like, it's just not gonna stop. So yeah, I'm thinking I need to get out of school. I need to focus on the DBT program and just keeping my job, which is something that I worked in security for a few years, but I left security in 2022 or 2021. I can't quite remember. It would have been 2021. I left security in 2021, and since then, I have not held down a job for a full year at any point in that time. Um, I'm coming up on like half a year, if not like right at the half year mark for my current job. And that's like, for me, that's a while to have a job. Like the same job, I mean. I don't choose to go long without a job. Like, even when I don't have a job and doing DoorDash, it's just that I mean, like, to have the same job consistently, like half a year, is kind of a lot for me, which is fucking sad. Um, but that's just another way that I've caused myself a lot of fucking trouble in my life. Um, a lot of that is just due to me getting a shitty attitude with authority figures. They really don't like it when you talk back. But I can't stop myself because I see my parents in that every time, and the switch flips, and I go off the deep end. Which is not me saying that it's okay for me to do that, or like I want people to feel sorry for me for doing it. Like, no, it's still a dumb decision, and I still got what I deserved. But it's just like I have enough insight to know that that's where it comes from. Like, I need to treat that. I need to change that about myself. But anyways, so there you have it. I was wrong diagnostically, and so was that student. Very wrong. Um, and I'm a shitty person. If you couldn't tell that already about me, it's worse than you think. And it's my fault. Uh, but at the same time, I'm only 30. I've got another 20, 30, maybe 40 years left to try and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat here. I don't think it's going to be anything that dramatic or amazing. It's just, I would really like to be like working for 20 an hour or more before we get to the point where that's a useless pay rate. um, we might be there soon, and I'm really hoping that I meet or surpass that goal relatively quickly. But for now, I need to enjoy some stability and work on changing my mindset and building goals for myself and building knowledge about myself and awareness of my actions as like a safety measure for the people around me. Like I would rather be stuck in this like semi poverty position for the rest of my life and do less damage to the people around me than continue to hurt the people around me the way that I do, but be like as successful as I want to be. Like, I'm more concerned about the fact that I am destructive to the people around me. Like that's like why am I even allowing myself to be here if that's what I'm going to be, Like it's just not the impact that I want to have. I'm sorry. I'm even at the best of times, I'm not the most well spoken, but yeah, this is it's a hard reality. It's a lot to come to terms with, and I think there's a level of like not quite shock, but still just trying to wrap my fucking head around it, and settle into like the new paradigm, the new context, the new set of information that I'm working from now. Um, I don't know. It's all been pretty fucking wild. This whole adventure with my mental health, and it feels like I'm only getting started. Which I feel like the research kind of bears out. Like DBT in particular has a really good track record for putting BPD in remission. Which, by the way, the vast majority of people with BPD end up in remission eventually. Um, so it's actually really treatable. Like it's actually a pretty good prognosis. It's just like it takes years to get there, and you got to survive those years. But I feel like I'm already kind of getting a good start because I've had some good clinicians on my side. Um, my medication experience has not been great, but like the therapy side of things, like my counselor that I'm unfortunately saying goodbye to move to this DBT program has been the best I've had, and I've been through a lot of counselors in my life. Um, there's definitely a lot of ways in which I didn't make it easy for her, but she tried her ass off anyways for me. And I got to stop talking about it. I'm about to fucking cry. Um, I'm gonna miss her. Uh, I just feel like I've learned a lot in a small amount of time from her. Uh, just a lot of really valuable shit that she's taught me. And she said that she's really hopeful about the DBT program, and I'm trying to share the same optimism. But like again, it's on me. Like I need to try. I need to put in effort, and I need to accept that there's going to be discomfort, and I need to like actually do this shit and actually try to change. Which I've done before. Like my channel started off basically with like my weight loss journey and everything, and like as you can see, that has continued sort of. Like I'm not like still actively losing weight, but like I've kept it off. Still no surgery, still no Ozempic or anything. Just fucking meal prep and the fact that I changed my habits and never went back. I kind of can't afford to, honestly. You save a lot of money doing meal prep. And I do not have a lot of money. Uh, but regardless, like, I feel like the evidence says that I am capable of change, but there is still a part of me that is afraid that I am not capable of change. And I guess we're just gonna fucking find out. Like, I'm jumping in either way. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I have no choice but to try, Like, either I try and shit gets better, or I try and it doesn't, but, like, what am I gonna fucking do? Not try at all? Like, that's just not an option on the table. Like, I just can't afford to not at least try it and see what happens. Um, Because even if I try it and fail, that's a no worse outcome than not trying it, because that would still be failure. So I'm going to go to the DBT program, and I'm going to do my best to put in the effort and try to change my mind about shit. I'm just scared, which is fine. I'm allowed to be scared, but I also need to remember that, like, you know, my catastrophizing can't be taken as fact. Like, I can't take my guesses as to what might happen in the worst case scenario as, like, a confirmation of, like, a definite future outcome. Like, I need to allow myself a little more hope than that. It's just hard. It's hard to change that habit, that, like, mental habit, a lifetime of, like, convincing myself that it's all fucked and there's no point in trying. Like, just being that way all my life, like, so pervasively, like, about every little thing. And, like, now I need to stop doing that. And it's like, it's really hard to change that habit. But again, not really a choice. Like, you know, if you're thrown into the water, you either swim or you don't. So, um, I guess I better start paddling. I'll fucking see you guys another time. I'm just rambling. I'm sorry. I always do that. Um, I'll see you around. Hopefully with some good news next time. Bye bye.